Hello guys, today I want to talk about a topic I didn't find the answers I was interested in online when I was searching for them, and it's the topic of Cambridge English certificates, how you get one, how the exam to get it looks like, all the steps you have to take to get this type of a certificate. And I will be talking from my personal experience, how it happened for me, because I took it recently and just today I got my results, and I can proudly say my English is at the C1 level, and that's amazing. I was starting to have doubts after taking the exam about if I really will get that level, but I haven't. I am a C1. My English is at advanced levels and I'm so proud of myself that I went through that and it worked. So let's start with the topic of what even is this type of certificate. It's a certificate that states what English level you are. The Cambridge one is one of the most respected ones around the world. That's why I decided to take this one. I can use it in various situations when I'm applying to job, when I don't want to be studying another language at the university, or all other reasons. Be creative with whatever you want to say in that part. You can take a Cambridge certificate at any level that English has. So you can take it at A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, and C2. All the levels that are out there. There is also a program for business at, I think, B2 level. And there are also programs for schools if a school wants you to take this exam, but that's not something you should be really interested about. The school does it for you. From my knowledge, every level of the exam you will take consists of few parts, and it's speaking, writing, use of English, reading, and listening. And you have to take all of them. Probably. I mean, there might be situations when you don't have to take all of them, but that's how it normally works. That's what I had to take. So let's start off with how you really register for the exam. I might be talking more about how it looked like in Poland because I took it in Poland, so I know how it works in Poland. But this way to do it is look up Cambridge English Certificate site, and there be probably a way for you to check how you register for the exam. And in my experience, I had to look up the exam centers and then text them. From what I know, you can text them about English in your native language or the language of the country you're taking the exam in. I texted them in Polish because I wasn't sure, and they answered me in Polish. And in most cases, that's how it worked. And for me, you get a link to the website you can register on. In my case, it was the British Council site. Then everything is easy to register for them. You choose what type of exam you want to take, the city you want to take it in. It's around the Poland. And then you choose the exam you're interested in. You have both digital and paper-based exams. I took the digital one because it was easier for me, because the speaking part is on the same day as the rest of the exam. It might not be on the same day when you're taking the paper-based one. When you finally choose the one exam you want to take, you have to just fill in the information about you, and if you are a minor, you also have to write down the person, an adult person, who will be responsible for you. But don't worry, they won't be checking it or anything. They actually told my dad to leave. You register, you receive an email, and then it will say the bank account you have to pay for. You pay, and then it's all excellent. And before the exam, you will receive a confirmation of entry. I think I received it a week prior my exam, and it will state what you need to do on the exam day, that you can bring any electronics in. they will be kept in a locker, that you will get your schedule, your timetable, which how where everything part of the exam is, where it is, where you are supposed to go, and also how you can access the results. Then that is all you're going to do before your exam starts. And you will also receive a link and a registration code for a site that will help you prepare for the exam beforehand. So I think it's pretty useful. I use this site. It's good. I have to say it's good. You also have another one practices you want to take. It's important you take the practices before you register, please. You are not going to believe what this level of exam is. It's either hard or it's either easy. Depends. I mean, it was both hard and easy for me equally. But it's important that you take the practice test beforehand registering for the exam. Then came the day of the exam. I had to show up 20 minutes before my first part started. I had to show my ID. I was then ushered into the waiting room, and that's where I was waiting with other people. And for me, the exam started at 11:45 with the speaking part, but there were other people who were more than halfway through their exam at 11, so it may vary at which hour you start. And my exam was scheduled to end at 5:45 p.m., which it didn't. It ended after 5 p.m. So you have to keep that in mind, that there may be some people who have longer time, so the exam will take longer. Because that's not what they're considering while giving you the confirmation of entry. It's not a big of a difference, but it still is a difference. The timetable is very flexible. The first part will start on the time. The next one probably too, but then it's more flexible schedule. So I arrived. I showed them my ID. My dad was kicked out basically, and then I waited for my first speaking part. I took my all belongings. I locked them in the locker. I was instructed on what to do. I went in the examination room when I was taking the speaking part, and everything went smoothly from there. Though I was kind of surprised because I wasn't really prepared for answering questions about myself, and it might be some basic ones, but I got a question about why I study English, and I didn't really have an answer to that, so I had to make something up. And that's the part that I scored the worst in. It was at grade C, which is still C1. I lost quite some points because I was just shocked and stressed, and the words fly out of my head. There's usually also a toilet you can use there. Don't worry about it or anything. And you are so free to go if you have a break. You can just leave and then come back for the next part. If you want to take some fresh air or go to a nearby store to buy yourself some food. And then I waited for the next part with the rest of the people that were going to take them. The people there were amazing. I don't know if this works always like that, but my people were amazing. I can't tell you that. And beforehand taking the speaking part, which I forgot to tell you before, they also took my picture, which is horrible, by the way. But maybe someone had more luck than me and their picture doesn't look so horrible as mine. And the speaking part is like an independent part of the test. Like I said before, you can take it on another day. I took my speaking part first, and then was the rest of the exam. Then we were taking the computers, it was in another room, and that's where for me the real exam started. So our work group put our things into locker again, but we had to take electronics with us, and always the AD, and also a pen so you can write something if you want to. We took our electronics. There were envelopes waiting for us. We put our electronics into the envelopes, and then people at the examination center took it, and we didn't have access to them before the end of the exam. Then we were instructed how everything works. We couldn't leave to go to the toilet, or just because we finished 30 first minutes after the exam started, and 10 last minutes. Then you're free to go whatever you want. Everything is made pretty clearly there, what you're supposed to do and everything. It looks like the practice test basically, and works the same way. I was quite disappointed because I couldn't use my laptop, so it was kind of uncomfortable to be sitting there. It wasn't that bad, and that's what happened between all the parts of the exam. You take all the parts just same way as the practice test works, so you don't have to worry about anything in them basically. And you can leave the room on the listening part because you have to listen to the end of everything basically, but it's not that bad. You instruct about everything. It works the same as the practice test, like I said, and that's all that happened. You were free to go home. They gave us our envelopes, we took our things and just left. There is a site that they gave you on confirmation of entry that you register on, and that's where your results will be posted. You will also receive an email that, hey, your results are already there. Then you can check everything, what score you get, what level you got, how many points scores you got at every part where they land. That's how it will work. Everything is clear from there on. I hope I make maybe something clear for you how it works. You don't have to be afraid of anything. People there are friendly. They are there to help you. They are so kind to you. I don't know if I ever met more kind people in my life than those I met there. And the people that take the exam and are also very approachable because you have to spend the breaks somehow. It was amazing. I could recommend you take the exam if you have enough money to take it, and you can do it. I truly recommend it, and I hope I answered at least some of your questions. That's all I had to say for today.